Bro, like, Alexa, volume down. Um, actually, Alexa off, man. Alexa, off. Um, what was I saying? I was just listening to this video. This guy I've been following for a long time. And he was talking about how, you know, people sort of like copy society. When I say society, copy what's on the screen, copy what's in this dream, copy what's in a program as reality, right? And they replay what they see because they think that's how to be. But when you think about it from a consciousness like standpoint, excuse me, or from your higher self standpoint, it literally doesn't make any sense. You were born in this world. Well, that's how the story goes officially. Um, Essentially, we've been striving for freedom and independence our whole entire lives. That's what the whole game is about. You know, you want to be free, but the initial stage is you have put a training course there, which will mold you and get your character ready because you yourself, the thing that's powering it, is super powerful, but you just don't realize that when you occupy the body here, you occupy it in a very vulnerable state as far as the reality is concerned. It's got sharp edges and stuff like that. But you being consciousness, when you occupy a body, you don't really like what do you fear? You made it, right? But in order for you to savor the experience and be able to experience the experience of this place, you put certain things in front of you. It's like if you remember those of you that played video games in the 90s, like there was this 90s, 2000s, there was this game called Driver. Was it called Driver? I can't remember. But essentially, simple, straightforward thing. Before you it was like a getaway driver type thing, right? You take a car, run away, and do all these like stunts and shit. But before you could actually enter the game, you had to do these sort of like things. If you didn't do them, you could not play the game. So you had to know how to do like a slalom. You had to know how to do like a some sort of like turn 180s and 360s and stuff like that, right? That's what parenting and school and all that shit is. They just like because otherwise you're gonna spend a lot of time. It's like consciousness preempting, knowing that occupying this high level suit because the suit, all the suits have this sense of independence, yeah, even though they are not, but they have this one especially. I think this one truly does, you know. So it's like when we occupy it, say we occupy in a vulnerable state and we come out crawling babies, right, in this reality as it stands, right? It would take us a very long time to get to the point where we are now. So to speed up the process of the growth and evolution, there is a training sim, yeah. In the Matrix, they showed you the same thing when Neo had to learn kung fu and all this other shit, right? You remember, like load up the program, and then do you understand? He didn't just he didn't just unplug from that the first reality was in the dream into a second dream, but that's another story for another day. But he unplugged from the dream and woke up in the real world, right? Now he's in the real world. He couldn't just straight away go outside. They had to prepare his body. Yeah? Do you remember? You know, he slept a lot. Yeah? Because the body had to grow, it had to strengthen. Yeah? Nourishment. Yeah? And then after he got his kind of like found his feet, they had to train him. Yeah, the training simulators. It's the same thing. So here as well, all you know is your consciousness spawns here. But when it spawns here in this type of suit, it needs to go through that sim, which will mold the character ready for the game. Now you come out the other side and you're ready for the game. Yeah, you're ready. Then instead of being independent and being free, right? Which is the very thing you wanted the whole time. You didn't, we had no choice in school. We had no choice in what we ate, what we wore, we had no choice in all those sorts of things, right? It was being the human experience. No matter what you do, just by the way the code is written, before you get to the point where you are in control of the character, yeah, that the sort of like, when I say in control of the character, being able to manipulate the character in the reality however you want, yeah. There was a period where you were living under another program, someone's program imposed, i.e. a parents or school or care, whatever it is, something would have been over your thing. Yeah, molding your energy, molding your thing. It has to happen. It's a training sim. Now, once you're free and you're in the real game, you then start to do things that stop the very freedom and independence that you have been given. It's literally fucking crazy, bro. And then you defend those things. This is what stories are, bro. So let me give you an example. You look out on the screen, we've got the Cosby Show and Fresh Prince and Friends and all these programs. Did you hear the word I just used? Programs, yeah? Which show you how people are supposed to behave in certain environments, or how people behave in certain environments, right? Not only that, you've got the movies, you've got sort of like the wider society you see. Essentially, the whole screen will reflect to you what it wants you to be. Do you get it? The whole screen will reflect that to you. You have no choice in that. But ultimately, you know that it's not. It's like, it's a funny thing. It's hard to explain. It's like you on some level you realize that what they want you to be, you are more than that. You've always known that you're more than that, and it's actually pretty basic of you if you actually lived as just that. You know that. So you have essentially believed the story, and you're living by that story. Now, not only are you living by that story, you attach yourself to the story and the outcomes of that story. So let me give you an example. Who told you how friends are supposed to be, or relationships or marriages or whatever are supposed to run? Who told you? Who told you? From a basic black and white nuts and bolts consciousness standpoint, essentially all you have seen is a projection of what that thing is. The choice is yours, how you choose to approach reality once you are in reality. Because it's your choice. You are the chooser. When you adapt or attach yourself to a story and live by a story which is not you, it got projected to you. We've just established there's a training sim / some sort of like program thing here. I don't know what it is, but the training does happen. There's something. It's like from the get-go, it's like it's a double-edged thing. Your physical body gets the chance to grow and become strong within the construct, and whilst that's happening, all these programs are being loaded at the same time. So it's kind of like you feel like you can't, you got all this energy to go, but you can't go. You can't start yet. That's what childhood and all that kind of stuff is. But the crazy thing is you didn't actually experience it. It's just part of the story. It's just part of the suit that you're in. In actual fact, you're occupying a suit that has all these stories embedded within it. That's the actual truth. So there's nothing outside. The program is not even outside. This is how complex the technology is. I keep telling you, you think I'm fucking around. Your human body, yeah. I mean, most people think that technology is like metal and wires and stuff like that. That's what you would build as a fractalized version of God with your limited understanding of how reality works. You'd use wires and stuff like that. But even then, you're still carrying energy. This one thing that nobody can explain. Nobody knows where it comes from. Nobody knows how it manipulates things. Nobody knows that thing. Yeah. We still have to carry that thing within that thing. We need to find a way to get it in there and get it moving around, because that's the thing that's going to power it. Just like I've said before, energy made energy in the first place, and God spawned itself. So when you actually think about it from that point of view, that's what the human would do. But if imagine fusing the minds of like the very best humans, like the very kind of like the most intelligent, the best of the best, right? And you fuse their brains together, right? And you multiply it by like a gazillion. That's kind of what we're dealing with, bro. So it's not going to make a machine that you think is, your idea of machine is so basic. It's like a child and a special forces person having a conversation about weapons. It's like, the kids, I've got a big shooter. Okay. What I've got, you can't even imagine. I would spend like 5 years just explaining to you what. Do you understand what I'm trying? Exactly. It's deep, bro. It's deep. It's deep. You know, I had to bring you back to the suit because the story of the you is something that we need to really, really shake. You know, because once we disconnect from the you and we become the all, the I am, the thing, the energy itself, then we connect easier as a collective. Because we are one thing, okay? So we have to be... So anyway, so the thing is really, really interesting. Like, what I'm trying to say is the reason why stories are so fascinating to us and we buy them and they're so slippery is the very fact that the suit we are wearing itself is a story that we have to believe. We have to believe it, because if we don't believe it, we will not animate it, because that's how powerful we are. I truly believe that consciousness, sometimes if its orientation is not right or does not believe something in the story of the suit, it can literally just disconnect itself and the body will just drop dead. It doesn't need the fucking body, guys. Like, I know you're so attached to your face and your hair and your face and your hair and your bro, irrelevant. We are past the kiddie stage, guys. Truly, truly irrelevant. We are pure energy choosing to experience these bodies, bro. Choosing. And with that choice comes the belief, bro. If you understood what you truly are, bro, your mind will literally explode, bro. Yeah, man. Your consciousness. So live a life that's in alignment with your suit. Yeah, because within your suit, you have the codes for your experience, which is what consciousness wants to experience. So do them. Yeah. Don't follow stories. They're just stuff on the TV. It's like if you follow stories in society and shit like that, right? You're just as goofy as the person that watches a rap video and then pulls their trousers down to their knees. Yeah. And then starts drinking cough syrup and then destroying their brain through use of like all these drugs and stuff like that, and then spend your hard-earned money on worthless pieces of like jewelry and trainers and shit like that, right? And carry a gun, join a gang, and get so angry that somebody disrespected their gang and shot the person and killed them. Do you see how goofy that person is? That's exactly how goofy you are when you look at the screen and you copy it.